Hi everyone, it's Justine. Merry Christmas to you if you're watching this video today. From now on the days are getting longer again, and food-wise, right now, it's the best time of the year. I want to explain how we do Christmas in my family, because A, it is quite a large family, so logistically it is a challenge. And B, it involves lots of food, and we have kind of a fixed process, a tradition, so I thought you might be interested in hearing how it is in France. First of all, we are now over 20 people in my family because people keep getting married and have children. So everyone underneath my grandma in the family tree is there. All her children, my aunts and uncles, all their children, so that would be my cousins, a wide bunch. And the older people in my generation have already started to have kids, 1, 2, 3. So the number of people is growing every year, the table isn't. In France, there is no Black Friday. It's not as big as it is in the US, for instance. So people start Christmas shopping later and the stores get more and more crowded exponentially as you get closer to Christmas. But while you're doing your stressful Christmas shopping, I do it typically not more than 1 week before Christmas, and I have to find 25 presents. But at least when I do that, all the streets are decorated with lights, all cities, all towns, all villages, everywhere in France. People meet at Christmas markets in the northern half of France, not so much in the south. But now that I live in Berlin, Germany, I'm so thankful that Christmas markets exist. People meet there, everyone's in a good mood for once. You eat something, have a glass of hot wine with spices. It's called Glühwein here in Germany. In France, it's called hot wine, I think. And everybody's in a good mood again. So I'm pretty sure that the northern half of Europe invented Christmas markets as a therapy against winter depression, to fight against the days being so short, so cold and so wet. Thank God for Christmas markets. The cooking part starts several days before Christmas. In French we say the fact that you're looking forward to something is as enjoyable as the thing itself. So the whole preparation part is part of the process, part of the pleasure. And in my family we start very early and take that very seriously. So we bake and cook 4 different types of sweets that come from the northeast, where my grandmother is from. We have pain d'anise, gâteau de Milan, schenkelé, bruns. And I'm the one responsible for the schenkelé because as a child with an artist mother, I had to do salt paste every Saturday when it was raining, so I'm pretty good at rolling things, and schenkelé are little sausages. It's important when you roll them that they don't have any air inside, because then when you fry them, they would explode. Very important. So I'm in charge of that. I have a cousin who always does the orangettes. That's a very easy and very tasty thing to do. You take the skin of the orange, you turn it into a candy. I don't know the proper English word, by boiling it 3 times 5 minutes in water and sugar syrup, hot. Then you leave it in the fridge so that it gets cold again, and then you dip that into hot chocolate. It's absolutely delicious and it's very easy to do. And then I have another cousin who is in charge of the chocolate truffles, also hand rolled, spend the night in the fridge, absolutely delicious. On the 24th, things become more serious. It's Christmas Eve, so if you're in a Catholic family, you would go to church in the evening for a special, longer ceremony. We don't do that in my family because 25 people to bring to church, and it's in the countryside, so churches would be far away. But what we do in my family is this. On the evening of the 24th, kids put their shoes in front of the chimney, as close to the fire as they possibly can without burning the shoes, for Santa to come through the chimney during the night and to fill the shoes with sweets, candies, little gifts, things that kids like. So there's every year a discussion about what is the maximum age to be called a child. I discuss that every time because I disagree with me being categorized as an adult. On that matter, I don't agree. And also as a child, I would always try to trick Santa. I wouldn't put my children's shoes because they're way too small and you don't get that many gifts in such a small shoe. So I would use my grandfather's rain boots instead. I never got more gifts, so I think that Santa is very democratic. When they're in bed, the kids typically try to stay awake as long as they can to try to catch Santa when he comes to fill the shoes with sweets. I never made it. Somehow I always fell asleep before he came. I haven't lost hope. I will catch him eventually, and maybe this year. You never know. I'll try again. On 25th, it's officially the big and main Christmas day in France. Kids wake up at like 5:30 to check the shoe situation and what they got. And then Christmas lunch is around 1 p.m. It starts in my family outside with an aperitif of white wine from my uncle's vineyard, because he's a wine producer, so he chooses the wine, no discussion, and oysters with lemon on bread with butter and salt. It's absolutely delicious. I don't like the oysters, weird texture. I'm not a fan of that thing, so I leave the oysters, but I like the salty water with lemon and the bread with the butter. So I'm there too, I never miss that part. Then we go inside and it's the big 3-course thing. We start with a little salad, actually 4 courses, no 5 courses. Yeah, we start with the big salad. Then we usually have turkey with cordons. It's kind of it's a green vegetable, cut in slices, long, thin things, with white sauce. We have maroon puree, chestnut puree. We have rice, we have dips, bread. Even the veggies get full, no worries, everybody gets really, really full. Then comes the cheese plates. That's a personal highlight. That with baguette with white bread is absolutely delicious. And then for dessert, one of my aunts is in charge of making the Yule log, la bûche de Noël, which is a huge cake for 25 people, made with chestnut puree, very sweet, marron glacé, with meringue, and when you put it in your mouth, it breaks and melts on your tongue. It's a calorie bomb and it's absolutely divine. After that, we all move on to the living room and have coffee and more sweets. Then comes the singing. We all gather around the Christmas tree. My grandma always insists on taking one that is as tall as the ceiling allows it. So it's a huge tree and it's all decorated. It has candles that we light up. So the candles are burning and you stand or you sit depending on where you find a spot, but we all bound together by the singing. So it's usually a set of Christian songs from a full catalog that my aunt is taking care of. If you're new to the family, you will get the text, but you have to sing as well. And it's a very special moment. I really enjoy that part. Then the presents. Imagine over 20 people suddenly rushing to find their presents under the tree. It's a huge mountain of parcels. So you see people scratching paper, throwing ribbons everywhere. It is a battlefield, and in about 15 to 20 minutes it's over, and suddenly everybody feels the weight of all the activity of the day, which is not that much, but tired and hungry again. And by that time it's literally time to eat again. So we go back to the dining room and have dinner, but this time after the excesses of the lunch, it's usually soup, a huge salad, light things. And on the 26th, nothing happens. It's not a bank holiday in France, so people who don't have holiday days off go back to work. So that's it. That's how my family does Christmas. Do you think that's weird? Does your family do those things too? Or if you don't celebrate Christmas where you are, then what is the big celebration you guys are looking forward to during the year? Thumbs up if my video was enjoyable, / if it made you hungry. I'll see you Wednesday and Sunday again. And until then, I wish you great Christmas time and many presents. Take care. Bye.